I've spent the last 270 days slowly using up the little iron that I had, and rather than going back into the caves, I'm gonna build the best iron farm early game Minecraft has to offer, producing over 1700 iron an hour. And to make things even better, I designed a massive abandoned tower to go around it. Now, before we do anything relating to building the farm itself, we need to set up a villager breeder. Now, I believe that there's a village this way, so we're probably gonna go steal some villagers from that village. And I actually have no idea where I'm gonna build this thing. It's probably just gonna be a temporary one, and I plan on putting the iron farm somewhere around this area here. It's gonna go somewhere around this area, so I think we're gonna keep the villager breeder pretty close. You know what, before I go to the village, I should probably grab a couple of boats and some leads. Anyway, so I should have 2 villagers down here that don't have a trade yet. And we kind of need them to not have trades so I can turn them into farmer villagers. This guy's a Fletcher. We have a couple librarians. Let's check this one over here. All right, so this guy does not have a trade. Can I get you out of here? Let's try to get this guy out of here. There you go. All right, yeah. Walk right over here to the wood, please. There we go. All right, 1 down, 1 to go, and we're stuck. Okay. We're going to leave this guy here for now. Okay, I found our next victim. Tenant. Come over here, buddy. Yeah, just get in the boat. There you go. All right, that was a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be. Now the next problem is going to be getting them over this hill. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. All right, we got the boys now. We got the crew. Are y'all ready to move to your new home or what? Yeah, they look ready to me. All right, let's go. Come on. Looks like we had a little buddy join us. Unfortunately, you cannot tag along with this adventure, my friend. I'm actually going to keep that because I'm low on food now. But we're going to try to move these guys somewhere out of the way because I do plan on putting the build here. So I want them to be close enough to where it's very easy to move them, but far enough away to where they're not in the way of the actual build itself. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out some of this area. And then maybe we could just make a little hole for them. Just for now, like I said, we're going to end up designing one of these later on. Probably a bigger one, a nicer one. I really just need 12 villagers for now. Welcome to your new home, gentlemen. I'm going to go grab some composters for you guys. And then we're going to put you to work. Yeah, we're going to put you to work. Okay. They don't look too happy about it, but it is what it is. So if I'm not mistaken, I could just do something like this. I don't know if the size of this thing actually matters. I guess we're just going to wait and see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we're going to have to probably make it a little bit bigger. But I don't really have too many carrots. And I need some to throw them down to make these guys breed. So with that being said, all we have to do now is add the little chamber where the baby villager jumps into, which is going to be somewhere over here. And then they should start breeding. So let's go grab some beds and throw some of these carrots in here. All right, so basically, if we put these 2 trapdoors here, the baby villagers will think that they could walk to the bed. And when they do that, they'll fall into this hole. And then we'll obviously lower this. I think this should be fine. Yeah, 3 blocks. Should be good. Then we'll go like maybe 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 total. Depends on how far the water goes. We definitely don't want the villagers to drown or get trapped. So I need to put something here, maybe a slab to prevent them. And let's go ahead and light this up so nothing spawns. Yeah, this is perfect. The villagers will drop in here and then we'll be able to collect them with minecarts later. So now I just need to feed these guys some carrots and pray this works. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if they breed. Take the carrots. They should be breeding. What's going on here? Did I do something wrong? Is it not big enough? Magic is happening. Oh my gosh. I left for 5 seconds and magic is currently happening. Also, I was farming bones. That's why I have a bunch of arrows. But look at these guys. Where's the baby? Where's the... Oh, I hear him. Oh my gosh. Look at the baby. Oh. What's up, dude? Okay, now we just need to do this 11 more times. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to AFK these guys. All right, gentlemen, I have 2.5 stacks of carrots for you. Make me proud. While those gentlemen are working their magic, I'm going to dig down and we're going to try to make a little collection system for the villagers. All right, we got the little setup. I need to connect it and I need to figure out where I'm actually going to be building this farm. I'm thinking We're going to place it somewhere around this area. But in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to clear out all of these trees. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. Hey, watch it. Okay, so I trapped these guys earlier, and I need to move one of them because we only need one. I need to move him all the way over to the iron farm, and then I need to sit in the boat with him and wait for his crossbow to run out of durability because we're going to need this guy for the farm. So, I mean, this is definitely helping him shooting at me, but this is going to take a while. And after getting shot up on the way over here, I just need to sit in here until his crossbow breaks. Oh, okay, let's go. We got him. Yeah, not so tough now, huh, big guy? Yeah, not so tough now. All right, well, that was like 15 minutes. So let me see where the villagers are at. So we only have 2. Okay, this is a problem. I'm going to attempt to get a name tag for this guy. And I don't know. I guess they're just going to keep... Oh, there's a baby. There's another one. Okay, there's 3. So we could start the farm now. We can start it, but it's still going to take us a minute to get all the villagers. So I guess in the meantime, I will be back. I'm not seeing any other name tags. We might be cooked here. I see no other name tags. Okay, well, I guess we're also going to have to go level up one of our villagers. All right, gents. What do you got for me? I know you got a paper trade. So let's try to level this guy up. Might have to buy a few more unbreaking. Let's go grab some more emeralds, though. Luckily, I cleared out a bunch of the forest up there for the build. And... oh, wait. Where's the... oh, Fletcher's over here. I cleared out a bunch of trees for the build this episode, and I got a bunch of wood. So I should be able to get a good amount of emeralds from this dude. All right, let's go see what the librarian villager has to offer. What can I buy from you? Lanterns? I'll take them. Honestly, I will take these gladly because we are going to need some lanterns in the new build. Ooh, Thorns 2, Bane of Arthropods 1, not very good. I can't lie. But Thorns 2 is not terrible. You know, I'm not upset about that. All right, we unlocked the name tag trade. However, we're out of emeralds. I bought 3 clocks. I'm never going to use these. I guess we could throw them up in item frames at some point. But I need to get more emeralds, and this guy's still not selling them. So we're going to have to go to the other village, I think. I'm now noticing this entire name tag process would be so much more simple if I just updated my game to 26.1, I believe, whatever Tiny Takeover is. Honestly, I probably should have done that, but here we are. Now I need to come up with a name. We'll name him Tough Guy. I think Tough Guy is very fitting for this pillager, you know, because he can't do anything to us now. He doesn't have a crossbow anymore. All right, Tough Guy. You got yourself a name, buddy. Unfortunately, you have to stay down here for a while because I still need to build the farm. We need to get every area. I think we need to put him in last because the villagers do have to sleep first. But we're gonna hopefully start collecting resources to build this iron farm. Honestly, it doesn't require that much. All right, so I think we have most of the materials. You guys can screenshot this if you want to, and you can kind of watch as I build it. It's really not that complicated of a farm. It's very simple, but it does use a pillager rather than a zombie. So that's probably the hardest part about this farm. I will be linking the tutorial that I followed in the description below. However, I did make a couple of changes. So if you guys are interested in figuring out how I did this farm, let me know down in the comments and I could potentially do a tutorial on it. That did not take that long. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. We have the entire iron farm done. I just need to fill it up. And then there's actually a centerpiece I still have to make, but I'll make it later once we attempt to move the pillager. But I'm not going to lie. This iron farm is supposed to produce 1,700 iron an hour. I'm pretty happy with this. It did take a while for me to figure out what design I wanted to go with. I found this one. And it's exciting. I can't wait. Ooh, I'm looking at this now, and I forgot lava. Yeah, so lava's supposed to go above those signs. I don't think signs can burn. I'm going to go try to find some lava so we can throw it in here. Looks like we got all the lava in here. Now the last step is going to be moving all of the villagers and then letting them sleep one night and then moving the pillager. And I actually need to see, oh wow, okay. I don't know how many villagers that is. We could probably just start moving them though. How many do we got in there? At least 6. At least 6. We need 12. We need 12 total. How do I get there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. He's off. Hopefully this works. No. Go up, go up, go up. There we go. Yes. Go. Hey. Oh, that was perfect. All right, let's break this guy out. Now we just got to do this 2 more times. We got the first 3 villagers in. Now I just need to fill out each pod. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. I've been sitting here for the past 45 minutes trying to figure out why my villagers aren't breeding. And I looked up, and they're getting frustrated with each other, right? So I don't know if it's going to show the particles, but they're not able to breed right now. So if you guys don't know, villager breeding is, oh, there it is based off of like available beds in the village. And right now we have 3, right? So we have 2 villagers and then 1 spare bed, which enables them to continuously breed. However, I have the villager down here that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for him to grow up, and he's linked to one of those beds. So I should just need to move this guy, and then the villager breeder should work again. All right, we got him up here. Let's see if it's working now. No, they're still getting frustrated. Maybe they'll have to try it again. I think it worked. I think I hear a baby. Oh, I think they're gonna start breeding now. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Why are they doing that, bro? Okay, it worked. What's up, little guy? Oh, and he's gone. Okay, so now I can AFK. I think we just need 5 more villagers. 4 more villagers. Yeah, this should be fun. This seemed to have worked. We have more than enough villagers now. Actually, I think we have exactly enough. We only need 4 more. So we are going to start throwing them in to the iron farm. Honestly, we're looking pretty good. The farm's done for the most part. I'll show you guys. We have all the villagers. I just need to move the pillager. And before I can do that, all of these villagers need to sleep in a bed. So once the sun sets and I see all of them are laying down, I can proceed to moving the pillager in here. And then the farm should be working. I'm actually excited, but also slightly nervous. So if you haven't built an iron golem farm before, basically, if the villagers don't sleep in the bed, then iron golems just won't spawn. So all of them are sleeping in the bed. It's safe for us to go and move the pillager now. I need you in the minecart, buddy. These guys are so harmless when they don't have a crossbow. It's actually kind of funny. I've never done this before. What's up, tough guy? You're about to get farmed, bro. There we go. Go up there, tough guy. Yeah. Not so tough now, are ya? All right, let's see if he goes in. He's in. All right, so now I just need to make my way up here. Oh, and then I should probably destroy all of this too. I don't want the iron golems spawning on the sides here, so I'm going to try to remove this real quick. Now, I'm going to remove all of these. And then if I take this guy, I have to be careful. I don't want to kill him. If I take him out, iron golems should spawn. Yes. Oh my gosh. We just unlocked infinite iron. Holy. It spawned 4 of them at the same time. Now there is one alteration I want to make to the farm, and that is adding soul campfires because they do more damage. So it should speed it up a little bit. But with the lava, I don't even know if it's worth it. But that just gave us 20 iron, bro. Just from that one drop, all 4 of them spawned in. This is probably the best iron farm I've ever made. This is going to be insane. I'm going to go ahead and AFK it for maybe an hour or so, and we're going to see what happens here. Yeah, it's working. Nice, dude. But yeah, I want to AFK it before we start this build. So after 40 minutes or so, we have a good amount of iron. I'm not upset about that. We're actually going to be able to AFK it too while, well, I guess not AFK it, but it's going to be running in the background while we do this build. I have a lot of terraforming to do And yeah, this is gonna be fun. But I guess now we can go ahead and start collecting some of the materials. I was about to go fly towards a warm ocean biome so I could find some dead coral, and look at this. Our happy gas screw up. I planted him earlier. I really wasn't thinking to record it, but yeah, we have a happy gas now, so I'm gonna need to name this guy. Speaking of names, last episode I asked you guys to drop some name recommendations for our little parrot friend here that we found, and there were a ton of amazing ones, but my favorite one has to be Captain Hook. Now, I know we're deviating from the theme here, but I don't know. When I saw this name in the comments, I was like, wait, this is too good, because we did find him in like the jungle pirate area, which we could turn into a Pirate's Bay later. But like, that's a perfect name for him. I love it. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, so start dropping some name recommendations for the Happy Ghast, because we do have one of those now. Anyway, one of the last items I need is dead coral blocks. So I need to fly far away, maybe in this direction, and see if we can find some. I feel defeated right now. I flew around for like 20 minutes and couldn't find one. Apparently, the closest one is like 10k blocks away. So we're going to go on the nether roof for the first time. So I need to make my way to the roof. I destroyed the portal that's in here because I want the one that's near my base to connect to the one on the roof here. So we just need to make our way up to the roof and then try to ender pearl out of here without getting stuck. All right, let's try this. All right, we made it. Whew. Okay, I stressed for nothing because that was much easier than I remember. All right, so it's linked. Everything's fine. Now I just need to make my way over to the coral reef. And it put us in a cave. Awesome. Okay, well, there's diamonds up here, so I'm going to grab these, and then we're going to try to head up to the surface. Oh. Oh my goodness. Where did that guy come from? Holy crap. Oh, I got to be more careful, dude. That scared me so bad. We made it. Oh my gosh. That was stressful. And we're good. Okay, it does link to the one on the roof. So now we can finally get our dead coral. I'm also going to grab some sea pickles while we're here because I don't have any at the moment. So it'll be a nice little addition to some detailing for interiors and stuff. It's very difficult doing this without respiration, by the way. I keep having to go up every 5 seconds. All right, I think it's time for us to call it a day and go home. We have everything we need. Now we're ready to build, but before we do that, I do need to terraform this area just a little bit. All right, so I terraformed here quite a bit. We're actually pretty close to done with it. However, I'm going to be adding like a little pathway, so it's going to break it up. I know it looks really uniform right now. We're going to go back through and fix that once we add some trees and some pathways and some big boulders. We're going to add some big boulders everywhere. We're going to make this place look very nice. But I just wanted to get a layout for what the platform for the build is going to look like. And this is more or less what it's going to look like. So with that being said, now it's time for us to start placing some blocks. So in order for me to add the details to this build, I need a way up there. And right now, I just don't want a scaffold. So we're going to go ahead and make a ghast harness. I'm actually looking for wool. There we go. We do have some. We're going to go ahead and make a ghast harness. All right. So the recipe is like this. Boom. We got a harness. Let's go. All right. I need to find the ghast. But that build is looking crazy from here. Oh my goodness. Okay, come here. Okay, let's go, dude. Oh my gosh, this guy's gonna really help us with building, but I forgot how slow they move. Oh my gosh, that took forever. Holy. This was literally all I needed the happy gas for. Just a couple of windows on the outside of the build. I'm still working on the build, adding details and stuff, and this guy, I'm pretty sure he spawned up here earlier when I was building, and he fell. Either way, we gotta get this guy out of here, otherwise the farm is not gonna work. So we did end up adding some details. If you could see there, I added some leaves and stuff just to kind of show it's overgrown, it's old, run down. We also added some of the moss. When I was over collecting the moss for the build, I saw these. I forget what they're called, but like the mossy vines. So I added a few of those everywhere. And I think the only thing we really have left for the build is the interior. So I need to get to work on that. It's going to connect here. We're going to have an auto crafter and an auto sorter. Well, kind of like an auto sorter. It's basically going to make bone blocks and iron blocks. And then I want it to automatically store it into these chests. I'm going to have chests in here because this is mainly just going to be iron storage. It's going to be a lot of iron storage, but it's going to be iron storage nonetheless. Like I said, this iron farm does produce 1,700 an hour. So in the past hour and a half, this is how much iron we've gotten, which is quite a bit of iron. So I'm going to need a place to store that since this is going to be running while I play. And I think that's what we're going to work on right now. I did the interior and I think I cooked with it. I really like it. It's very simple. We have our storage here. So this is going to be the bone blocks and this is going to be the iron. And then we have like a little cubby for working here with a little bed for the worker to lay in. And then we also have a second layer up here. I'll show you here in a second. Boom. So it's nothing. Obviously we could flex the anvils now because we have infinite iron, which is crazy. But we have the second layer here with our little balcony. Not really much to look at right now, but hopefully that'll change. And then you walk up the stairs, and then this obviously doesn't go anywhere, but I needed the door to be functional because this is like a broken down little tower here. I really like the way the interior came out though. I can't lie about it. I really like this. But you know, as I'm building these, I'm realizing one major flaw with my builds, and that I don't do much on the outside. And when I say that, I mean with terraforming and just building the world up. So without further ado, it's time to build some custom trees and terrain. I'm going to be honest, I really like the way these trees came out. They make the build look like it belongs here. And obviously we still have to do some work on the outer edges. That's just going to be over time. Maybe we'll turn this into a forest or something like that. But I really like the way this looks. Now I think it's time to add some boulders and then maybe a pathway leading up. We're not going to fully connect it to everything right now, but I just need like I need a little pathway right now because this is missing stuff. So I'm going to get to work on that and then the build should be done. Dude, look at this. Oh man, I think we're going to add some lamps for lighting later, but like, dude, this looks really good. I'm really happy with the way this came out. I've never really made boulders, so this is my first time kind of testing around, like messing around with boulders. I really like these. The trees, I really love. I'll link those in the description. I think they're a BOO design. I can't remember. And then the tower just sitting there. This looks so good. I even added some like color variation and things like that with some pumpkins and firefly bushes for the particle effects along the trail. Oh man, I really like the way this looks. And I probably spent like an hour or two just doing all of that, and we're loaded on iron right now. This is working out way better than I thought it would. This farm is so good. Now that we have everything done, I think it's time for us to finally put an auto crafter in here. Now, I don't exactly know how I'm going to do this yet, but I'm going to do my best to kind of get something set up. I don't really care too much about setting up an auto crafter for the poppies, like putting them into bone meal blocks. With a composter. I'm more so just concerned about getting these consolidated down to iron blocks. I'm no redstone genius, but I'm going to try to figure out how to get all the iron from in here over into the storage system. I did need to make the bone meal farm. I guess not bone meal farm, but the filter. It was necessary for this this farm because it does give poppies and iron. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. We'll probably manually move it. But right now I just need to figure out how to move the iron blocks over into the storage. Well, this is not going to be the most efficient way, but I routed hoppers all the way from there to here. I'm probably going to put a bubble elevator, and then I'm going to run water along the top here so that we can get... Oh, I don't know if I can actually get in there. Let's take a look. But I'm going to route water down here, and then it should fill up. It should fill the chests up, right? Something like that. I don't know. We finally have everything set up. It's filtering in here. Like I said, the bone meal blocks would be manual, just because I don't have enough space to actually build like an auto sorter back here. But the iron farm works. It's producing a lot of iron. And this is really what we needed to kick off this hardcore world. So I'm very excited to see what happens in the future. Also, we can finally use anvils as decoration now. So we actually have to go back to last episode's build and update it a little bit. Yeah, so here I used anvils as decoration, so I'm just going to place these down all the way around the smokestacks. It's so loud, oh my gosh. And then I even used them down here as a railing. I might have to go craft up some more. Okay, but hey, we can finish the build now. And then if we head over this way, we take a look at the iron farm in all of its glory. And this place is just incredible. And I can't wait to build some more of these trees and stones and pathways all the way throughout our little area here. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, I gotta say, overall, I'm so happy with this build. I really do think it's one of my best ones. It just seems like we're leveling up after every single build, and I'm so excited. Overall, I'm very happy with the way that this build came out. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks so much for all the support on the past 3 episodes. I should probably move because this ghast is extremely loud. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for all the support lately. It's been unreal, and I'm super grateful for it. So let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments. Drop a like, consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.